and how lovely CANDU reactors are?
I don't know.
What were you trying to? What's the hidden message?
No, I don't think it was a message. I think I tried to explain what the country needs to do if it wants its nuclear program to be successful going forward. But you know, the reality is that I know these are tough decisions, but they need to be taken. The industry is waiting for leadership, I think, is the way I'd say it. You know, I'm not going to speak about AECL and our role in it because you know, I'm not free to do that. But as I say, what I did today was give a view based on my knowledge of this industry. I know what the industry needs. I'm just trying to provide my commentary on what's required. Maybe it's not what the government are prepared to do, but in my view, it's what the industry needs.
So why is the CANDU reactor the best way to go?
Well, because we are invested in the technology. We're going to spend billions of dollars to rebuild our industry here. For me, actually, you're moving away from our technology splits our skill set. We've got a lot of expertise in this technology, and it would be a mistake, in my view, to start trying to learn a new one.
Mr. Hopper, what did you mean by when you said that even if AECL is sold, that the federal government, there's no exit for them in terms of nuclear?
Well, because if you go and speak internationally, you actually are you're portraying not just your technology, but you're portraying the Canadian flag. And if you're portraying the Canadian flag, there's an expectation that the government are going to help you. If you look back over the last 20, 30 years when CANDUs have been sold internationally, they've been heavily supported. And I don't mean subsidies. You know, John Chrétien was all over China. You know, he's well known there. He spent a lot of time there, and you know, he led the way. He was a strong political supporter. He was clear on the role that nuclear could play, and more importantly, the role that Canadian technology could play in meeting other countries' needs. And it's not for a moment you know, offered this criticism of the current federal government. It's more an observation that there's an active market here right now internationally. But if AECL in any form are going to be successful, you would expect to see leadership from the government. In the same way they would if Bombardier were trying to sell trains in India.
So you'd like to see from Mr. Harper proceeding as Mr. Sarkozy has, any efforts by AECL to try and get new business? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, the reality is I can understand why the Prime Minister is nervous about doing that, because he's worried that by advocating it, there's an impression he's going to underwrite it. And that doesn't suit his political position, and I can fully understand that. My point is that advocacy and support doesn't always have to come with a chequebook attached to it. It's a problem for him as a shareholder because he feels that in order to fully convey that, he does have to financially back it. So my argument would be that if anyone takes on AECL, they are always doing so with a view to growing a business internationally, and they will not be successful doing that without government support.
But not necessarily taxpayers.
It's nothing to do with money. It's nothing. It never was anything to do with money. It's to do with this is our technology. We are proud of it, and we recommend it to you.
Is the spent fuel the way to go? Like getting the extra energy out of that, the way to go with your refurbishment?
No, all I was pointing out was that there are some unique features of the CANDU design which are actually strong marketing points. The strong marketing points today that we haven't told our story well, and we need to be clear about what our message is. Reality is we've tried to compete with the big boys with a technology that we don't have, rather than trying to sell the merits of a technology that they don't have.
Mr. Hutton, what did you mean by once you're in, you can't get out? I mean, in theory, the federal government could just walk away from this. So
no, they can't. They can walk away from parts of it, John. And the reality is they still have Chalk River. They still have the nuclear liabilities associated with their nuclear program. They're always in the nuclear business. Sure, they can marginalise themselves and say all we are doing is managing the long-term liabilities of a historic nuclear program. Sure, they can do that, but that's for thousands of years, John. We all understand. That's what we bought into. But is that all our nuclear program is going to be? Is that all we see Canada doing? For me, that's not leadership. That's not energy superpowers. Energy superpowers don't hide their history. They actually grow from that history, and they advocate expertise because of that history. That's what I see when I look into Canada's programme. I see 60 years of leadership in this industry. You know, what a mistake to walk away from that story.
What's the